Changing your UK car to French plates is a real pain. But if you're determined to hang on to your British registered right-hand car drive in France, then under French law, you must do this if you're a resident of France. You're allowed 1 month to do this from your arrival. If you are just a second homeowner in France and visiting under the Schengen 90-100 day rule, then you're okay to keep visiting France in it. But if you keep it with UK plates for more than 18 months in France, then you must change its registration. If you keep a car in France, you're going to find annual insurance a problem if you're honest with your UK insurers. And you will have to take it back to the UK for MOT inspections. French MOT facilities, Control Technique, will not touch it without French plates. Whilst it is almost certainly cheaper to get the headlights changed in the UK, a French garage will of course have easy access to left-hand drive lights. Either way, it's going to cost upwards of £500 for the pair. You're also required to have kilometres per hour marked on your speed dial, and you will need a triangle and a yellow waistcoat thing, a gilet jaune, in case of breakdowns or accidents. The first thing you have to do is to get French Customs Certificate 846A at this website. Plaque, import vehicles. And this is eventually going to cost you €1,524. But if you can prove that the car is in your name and you're legally a resident in France, or becoming legally a resident in France, then it's free. Without the certificate, you can't register the car in France, so there's no way of getting around it. The bad news is you have to take the car to a French customs office with a cheque. Yes, a cheque for this €1,524, as not every customs office has a bank terminal. Better news is that on this French customs website there is an interactive map of France showing where the local French douane customs are situated. The import duty on the car is 20% French VAT and 10% customs fees on their normally quite low valuation of the vehicle. As well as the cheque, you need to take with you when you visit the bill of sale to you of the car. Now, if you don't have the original, then create one on a piece of A4 in English. Mickey Mouse sells this to you, one used car, registration number XYZ for X pounds and so on. The UK registration certificate in your name, the EU certificate of conformity, more of that later, and when you've done all that, the French douane will give you Customs Clearance Certificate number 846A, which proves that you've paid the duties and taxes in order to get your carte grise, your French vehicle registration document. They will also give you a copy of the customs declaration and they'll give you a receipt. But this is just the first hurdle in registering the car, and the next is far more challenging, but at least you've got the 846A. You're now all set up to get your carte grise, with which you can get French plates and car insurance. And you do this all online in the French government online website, which is an interactive website, and it's not that difficult to navigate once you've got all the papers required. The address of the site is basically www.cartegriseimport.fr. And on the home page, what you're looking for is carte grise provisoire et définitive. It is a busy site and sometimes it'll take ages, but in the end it works and the folks online are really helpful. You can start to fill things in, then save it and come back later to complete the application. What you're going to need is a load of documents in PDF form, including a copy of your passport, valid driver's license, proof of French address, green card insurance, vehicle registration document dated and signed. There are then a couple of forms which you get online and you fill them in and you download them. They are application for registration of a vehicle in France, which you can download here, demande de certificat d'immatriculation. And you need mandate de immatriculation form, which you need to download, sign, and then upload again. The car bill of sale, the original if new, or if you've bought the car from someone else. As before, you can create this if you bought the car from a private person or you've lost the original bill of second-hand sale. If the vehicle registration document is in your name, then nothing further is required. The certificate of conformity. Now, this is the biggie. Easy with some manufacturers and really hard with others. You also need this when you first started out on the voyage, when you went to visit the customs. This certificate of conformity is the manufacturer's declaration that your particular car conforms to EU regulations. Now, there are lots of online companies that will offer for a fee to get you a copy of one for your particular vehicle. An awful lot of them are rip-off merchants, charging a lot, and once they have your money, operating very, very slowly. Even if you do it yourself and contact the manufacturer of the car, it's going to cost you between 150 and 300 euros, depending on the make of it. It always seems to take ages for the form to arrive, even after you've made the application to the manufacturer, so it's probably top on the list of documents you need to obtain. Before contacting the manufacturer of the car, you need to find and copy its VIN number or chassis number. This is on a plaque and it identifies exactly your particular car. It's installed during construction and it stays with your car forever. Its exact position varies, so if you have the car handbook, that'll tell you where to look. Failing that, it's most likely to be in the engine compartment or sometimes in the boot. However, on my Skoda, it's on the windscreen, which makes life really easy. It is with this number that the manufacturer will issue the EU certificate of conformity for your car. You also need the aforementioned import tax certificate, or 846, which is the French customs form I spoke about earlier, which you get from the douane. When you have got your cart grease, you need to get a control technique certificate, a French MOT. You need to take the car along to a control technique garage and put it through a French MOT. All cars older than 4 years old in France must have a control technique, the French version of an MOT, and it has to be repeated every 2 years. It's going to need probably several visits to the carte grise website to finally get issued with one. It took me the best part of a month last time. The biggest delay was in getting the VIN. Now you can take the new carte grise to a garage and have them fit French plates to your British car, or go to a locksmith shop in the local supermarket complex and get the guy to make up plates for you and fit them yourself. The next problem you're faced with, or rather the problem you should have been addressing during the time getting your carte grise, is car insurance. Be aware that unless your current insurers in the UK are prepared to make a declaration about your no claims bonus in French, you're going to lose your no claims bonus when you have to start, and you're going to have to start from scratch. French insurance companies will only accept UK no claims bonus declarations from the insurance company if they are written in French. This means you'll probably have to go back to paying the full insurance rather than getting up to half off. One very useful place to get a quote is the Agence Generali in Cognac. Their telephone numbers 0545 820320, and this email, Cognac Agency Generali FR. All the ladies there speak perfect English and they're really, really helpful. Best to contact them by email maybe in the first place. It depends on the level of insurance you want, but insurance in France is probably going to be around 20% more expensive than its UK equivalent. Added to that, there's the probable loss of your no claims bonus. At the same time, you need to be working on getting your French driving license. For the French car insurance companies, the fact you have only just got a French driving license can mean you've only just passed the driving test and all that implies, even though you hold a British license for yonks. You need your English license to prove that you've been driving for ages, but at the end of getting the French driving license process, you have to send your license, your UK license, by recorded delivery to the French department before they'll issue your French license. So, make copies of your UK license so you can demonstrate how long you've actually been driving for. If you don't, then, as I said, the French insurance companies will treat you like a new driver, and all that implies in terms of cost. Talk to the nice ladies in Cognac about all this. And getting your French driving license must be done within the first 12 months of arriving in France. This should really be addressed at the same time as the carte grise project. The French driving license application is also a French government interactive site, www.permisfrance.fr, and you should choose the subsection of the home page called Changement de permis étranger, and off you go. After choosing your home driving license as Royaume-Uni, you answer the next three questions: non, and then it's onto your address in France. They will want you to prove that it really is your address. Now, I use Total Energy, and on their website you can get them to give you a PDF file stating that you live at your French address, whether it's rented or bought or whatever. I have found that they are the least expensive suppliers of gas and electricity in France. And if you go to their website and sign up with them, they will organize the dumping of your existing suppliers. And if you insert the code 1067616636, they will give you €50 when you become a customer, and they'll give the same to me. In order to move my money seamlessly from the UK to France or Spain, I use the excellent currency exchange company called TORFX, and I do it at no charge whatsoever. They have an exchange rate far better than the UK high street banks, Allwise or Revolut. It takes seconds, and the euros arrive typically in France the next day. In the description on the YouTube page, and down here below me, is the link to TORFX. It's https online TORFX. And if you go to this site and use the code apptorfx.ojDLS04Y50B, or maybe they're O's, to transfer and change money, they will give you £50 and give the same to me. Yet another great deal. Both the links to TORFX and to Energy France, Total Energy France, are in the link page to this website commentary. I've been using TORFX for the last 15 years, and their customer service is second to none. I honestly don't believe there is a better way to transfer pounds to euros, whether you buy a property, a car or a boat, or simply top up your French day-to-day living expense funds. And now I've got a final request. It's really hard to get a new channel off the ground. So if you'd subscribe to this one, which costs nothing at all, and tap the bell for notifications, it would really help me and I'd be very, very grateful. If you want any more information about how to do things in France, then please use the comment section on this video, the info section at the front page of this video. It is an awful lot of work to change the plates on a UK car to European. I've done it twice, and in retrospect, I wish I'd bitten the bullet and sold the English car and purchased a French car with the steering wheel on the correct side once I'd moved. If you'd like hard copy or digital copy of this article, then you can go to my website at www.gentlesailing.com, scroll down past the boating books to it, and then just click on it and you can download it. I hope this has been helpful, and do leave questions in the comments box. Merci. A bientôt. Or bye, which is probably easier really. See you. My library of sailing books is at gentlesailing.com, where you can buy them as instant downloads. There's a link to a printer who can convert them to hard copy if that's what you prefer. I've totally updated French Canal route to the Mediterranean, which is now in its 12th edition with new charts and pictures. The Atlantic Crossing Guide has become a bestseller and outsells most of the others, probably because it's arguably the most comprehensive guide to sailing to the Caribbean available. The Gentle Sailing Route to the Mediterranean, which is one of the most popular publications I have, describes how to coast hop all the way down to Gibraltar without having to spend a night at sea. There are books about mariners in the Med, sailing around the Caribbean islands, as well as a book on simple navigation, and even crossing the Pacific Ocean and living aboard a sailing boat. gentlesailing.com. Do please pay the site a visit and browse through my publications if you have a moment. Thank you. Fair winds.